World of YouTube. Careful sight here. After this video, sometime when I get time, we're going to be talking about the Sharon Tate murders. And I am very intrigued in that. Kind of so much very, very interested in that whole so-called case. Now, for those of you who don't know, Sharon Tate was taken, her life, by the infamous Charles Manson and the Charles Manson family. And I watched the movie of it on Amazon. I just watched it today, and it was the one that starred Hilary Duff. And I wanted to give her a great performance in that movie. Very awesome performance she did portraying that role. It was, but I'm going to do that all in another video. So, moving on to what we're talking about today. Oh, mind you, this is some game from the 60s that I literally want to look up and find and see if they still have it. And I want to say this was before the Ouija board. Or maybe not. I don't know. I know the witch board was made in the 1800s here in Leominster, Mass. But due to the William Fold Ouija board, that thing, for whatever reason, went out of existence. But this, I never heard of. Kabbalah. And whatever, this made this disappear as a game. And mind you, the thing did agree on some question that Sharon Tate asked it. And it's like a fortune teller game. So, just some people, these games look like a foolish child's game. But I'll tell you something. I don't think they are, and I think they were made for this purpose. Well, whether you're, reading your future or connecting with the dead, as the Ouija board does. If you do it the right way, you're going to get somewhere. But anyways, what I'm going over now is what I wanted to go over is this. The wife and the rest of my thoughts, theories, and ideas on this case, which is the 1984 McDonald'S San Diego Massacre. Now, there was a town, I forget the name of it, that this originally was in San Diego, and between them two, I don't know which one. I know San Francisco Bay holds the infamous Alcatraz and stuff. But I mean, these towns are very strong and rich, with popularity, of course. Of course, hey, that's where Metallica comes from. And one of my always favorite, and I believe is the greatest rock and roll band, Journey, came from San Francisco. But of course, it also houses other things like this. And this wife, like I said in my other video, I had to watch the rest of it. And I finished it up yesterday, of course, and oh my God. This woman, sorry, my face is sideways, is very, got some issues. If not as much as her husband, she definitely has her own issues. And a couple things was said to, the shooter's wife by the shooter. And something that she did, which I'll show you in a minute, only goes to show what she suffers from mental health. And for her not to stop her husband that day because of the simple comments that he made. All right? And I quote, first saying, oh, society is going to get what it deserves. Or society, yes, in something in them lines of words, or society failed. Then he went on saying, I'm going to hunt people today. So, here are two quotes that this woman, didn't have a care in the world and just didn't think nothing of it, of what her husband had said. And he did a couple days before also try to call a mental health office at the time. But, of course, mental health back in them days, wasn't obviously taken too frickin' seriously. Because the office never called him back nor answered him. So I guess he was trying to get help. But whatever was going on in his sick, twisted, demented mind took full control, and there was no stopping him. And there's no excuse in the world of why this woman did not call or even try to talk to her husband to see what his problem was. Nope, not a care in the world. And this the day before he did take his wife, his kid, I don't know, I forget if it was a son or daughter, but whatever, that kid wasn't even mentioned no more after. So I don't even know if the kid is even still alive, maybe. If not, whatever the case may be. What the hell is this? Alright, bear with me, folks. Now this is very strange. Very strange. I'm in a parking lot at a factory I always come to. Looks like women's shoes, glasses, eyeglass case, and this. Yeah. I do not want to touch none of it. I do find this very strange. Now, whether or not people in the factory did this, but I think I will be calling the police. Wouldn't you know? And I'm documenting this now. And what kind of, is that? Looks like something, what? I don't know if anybody can tell me what that is, but I am not touching it. Fingerprints. But it is connected to... Oh, sorry. It's like a jogger's thing, what? Maybe a jogger's band? There's the end of it. 2 pairs of glasses. Glass case. So I'm not touching that, but... No, there's nothing in it. And shoes. What do you think? Dumpster over here. What the hell did I just stumble on? I don't know if the factory gonna put them up there because someone dropped them. Oh, what a coincidence. Dumpster is empty. Not a goddamn thing in it. What a thing to be finding while talking about a crime case. I might have to, yeah, dig into that. But I documented it. I'm gonna literally, where's my other, wait a minute. Bear with me, folks. Get my camera set up here. Bang. Yep. Oh, that's screenshot camera. Oh. Hopefully it got that. I think it got that. Alright. So let me step back. I'll just have to blow that up later. Ain't that a coinky dink? Whatever that means. I ain't never seen that before. I'm not touching it, but I think I will turn it in later. Anyways, I'll just walk along here. Actually, I'm gonna keep it this way. If anyone, whoops, no, don't want to do that. Yeah, I want to catch my ugly puss. Thanks. Anyways, as we'll move along and have to deal with that later. Where was I? Oh, this woman here, just to think about her, just taking the time to not turn this in, not do anything about her husband and her sickness, and not seeing any signs, even though he's telling her to her face that he's going out to hunt people. So with that being said, what next this woman does, and what proves that she has just as much mental health as her husband, and as we'll read this together, the shooter's wife sued McDonald's for $5 million, claiming the food caused her husband to commit the mass shooting. Oh my God, if that ain't a friggin' lunatic of her own mental health. And she lost, which is a very good thing, because, to me, I used to eat a lot of McDonald's when I was a kid. And I know for a fact back in 1982, when McDonald's came to Air Mass, and I can still remember the original taste of them burgers. They ain't like they are now, I can tell you that. But I never got sick off that crap to go kill somebody. What a sick, demented woman. So with that being said, and knowing that, right, there could have been someone to prevent all this, which she just sat back and let her husband, thinking, oh, he ain't gonna go do that. He's not like that. You never know when a person can just twist right around, pull a complete 360, spin that friggin' mind like The Exorcist. And I'll use that as an evil term, is right, The Exorcist, as your head turns and spins and you're a different person. Evil kicks in of boundaries unknown. And then this happens. But what really gets me in this case, not only could the wife have prevented this, I also believe that law enforcement could have prevented this. Not all of the shootings, but they could have prevented 77 minutes, as this is called. They could have prevented that. And now we're going to look into that. As you see here, I'm going to turn this back around. I've been walking this factory for a long time now, and I ain't never seen that in a window. Why someone would hang that there? Thinking someone might come back and get them? Anyways, now to me, as if I was an officer to proceed on scene, and I've already shown you, what these lieutenants said that, when they got there, and I don't say all the cops, I mean the first officer on scene, he was pissed that he had a little .38 revolver and this guy had a semi-automatic rifle, right? And he couldn't do much as right, but SWAT team, there was a thing that the lieutenant with the gray hair I showed in my other video stating, and I quote, the interviewer asked the lieutenant that there was, for some reason, and he said, no, that ain't true and that can't be confirmed. He said, because that's not true. But for some reason, whatever may lie within this shooting, or if this guy from Ohio had some very witty, smart ways to upheld the law in somehow, some conspiracy way, the keys to the SWAT vehicles became missing. And they couldn't get in the vehicles and get to the place fast enough. And, the lieutenant would go, that never happened, I ain't never heard of that. But for what reason, why would something be said, be put into the story for that reason? It's just insane. And with that being said, as you look around this building, as I took more pictures, and this is a clear, clean, crystal clear opening, and the excuses of 175 police officers surrounding this building with one man. Now, I'm sorry, man, this is ridiculous in my eyes. You got one man, but you don't know, but they kept saying we don't know how many suspects are in the building. But if you put your mind into this perspective, and there's two words that are missing from this police surrounding SWAT, surrounding imagination and distraction. Two key words that should be used in law. When you get up on a scene like this, you need an imagination of what you need to do. And you need distractions. Now there's a movie with Tom Selleck and Gene Simmons. Runaway. Christy Alley. And these little robots are coming in and cornering people. Christy Alley got cornered in by a robot. And every time she moved or tried to command it to stop what it was doing, it would zap her. So Tom Selleck was a cop. Perfect example, trying to get these out-of-control robots, right, under control. But what if these out-of-control robots that they made, mind you, back in 1984 this movie was made, Runaway. They couldn't expand their minds to come up with some type of idea, even after the fact of this shooting, come up with some idea. It's pretty bad. The idea had to come from a friggin' movie named RoboCop. It's a half human, half robot. But there's the robot going into these friggin' places and getting shot up, and still he gets in there and gets the job done. And I'm sure these directors and these movie makers all made these movies for apparent reason of mass shootings like this. And you would think the imagination would grow when you step upon a scene like this. Now, can't say when Runaway came out. if it was before this shooting or after, but the simple fact is, distractions. Them robots would have been a great distraction if they were invented. But but you know what? The human eye and all these SWAT, 174 or 75 guys, SWAT, could have distracted this guy going into windows like this. Even if there was 5, 6 guys, at least get them other cops to surround other windows that you can see in. Because this one is also, bang, this is where the friggin', I believe the sniper and the door is around this way. But there's 175 policemen. Shots fired, policeman 5, shooter 251. But here's another clear window. In the door I showed my other video of that door moving, of the body moving, which I think it might have been after the fact that the killer was shot. They were just, doing their investigation. Someone might have been up there recording. But the simple fact is, you've seen that friggin' body go walking and back and forth. I think I showed him another video. If I didn't, believe me when I say, which I mean, I could bring it up now. I think it's this one. Just go over this one real quick. So I want to show this. Clear. There's the lieutenant. Come on. And screw your news break.
They also didn't know who was in it. I don't believe it was in anybody's mind, certainly not my own, that
so this is the sniper. Right there is the door. So I showed you 2 other windows in this door. All the glass was blown out of it because of the shooter. Every time he'd see someone outside or near the building, he'd shoot. Cops, he'd shoot. Bah, 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 bah. So he blew out a lot of windows. You saw 2 of them I just showed. And in this video, we're going to watch a person in a body walk back and forth. And this is where the actual spot is where that other guy, just the gray-haired guy with the glasses, he was the original sniper that finally took him out. But took him out 77 minutes later because they were on, call. Or you let alone missing keys of their vehicles. They can't get on the scene of the crime. And that other gray-haired guy, lieutenant, his pager didn't go off. So, you got all these mishaps. Of course, we're talking about 1984. Pagers went to great things, but who knows? But still, the simple fact, this guy's sitting on the top of this roof, distractions. So you got 3 open wide, 2 windows, 1 door here. Watch the video as you see the person.
for some reason,
Right
shooter
there.
was still
Oh,
inside
to the right.
and shooting at the cops.
And he did walk
But not
to the left. So, I mean, this guy saw someone in the building, as multiple witnesses saw in the building, people getting shot or people, not moving around but the killer. He witnessed a grandmother and her grandson get shot. So keep watching the video and you'll see the person walk in through the door. Right there to the right, then he comes back out to the left. Boom, there he is, right? And on the other side, I believe, is one of the clear, open, broken windows. So with that being said, this video shows pretty much, someone could have took that guy out a long time ago. Not only that, there's this new thing that I thought up, and what has not been invented yet is mannequins say so. Dummies. Put in police uniforms. Remote control wheels for feet. Have them in crouching positions with guns. Not real ones, just fake ones, but they look like they're, crouching and pulling a look up out into a broken window or something, right? Get that stupid killer or whatever suspects in their time at that time. Have these little robotic or mannequin dummies come in, portray as looking as a police officer, and when he's focusing on that to shoot, you're going for the goddamn kill. While he emerges out of whatever he thinks he's shooting at. That's what I think should be made too. No, you have to have an imagination, and you need to have distractions. And that day, 175 men didn't have nothing but standing around, waiting for a call, waiting for this madman, whatever they were waiting for. It's sick. It's just sick. And they claim, we wouldn't do nothing different. Everything was done properly due to the times. And I think there could have been more done as right. And I damn well right, nobody has an imagination. There's got to be stuff made, like I say, dummies. Man, like a remote control so they can move on in. If you're worried about robots taking over, why can't they just be dummies? Simple dummies. And then you have like a voice-activated speaker box in it to sound like someone talking. And then you got yourself some killer or killers coming out and negotiating, think they're negotiating with a cop. No, they're negotiating with their damn lives just as well as they're putting lives on danger. That's it. That's what I think should happen and what was not done back in the day. Imagine it. And then not only that, folks, this damn McDonald's had so many places to hide. All around this building, there was many cars. And that leads me to the fact to put in, why didn't have these big goddamn SWAT vehicles, big armored trucks, bank armored trucks, friggin' nigga, bulletproof bank armored trucks to protect money, but they ain't got these trucks to pull in, and they didn't pull in that day. Why? There's so many questions that the SWAT team could have stood right behind, drove right up to piss that guy off, and he wouldn't be even thinking about, hostages. And why would anybody think that, there would be more people in there that day? Because damn well them hostages were laying down, playing, and dead. They're not the ones moving in that building, and it'll only take a matter of a few minutes to see there would be only one guy in there looking in them 3 open windows and doors, the 2 windows and the doors, and realize that there's only one guy in there hopping around. Guy could have been ADHD. He could have been friggin', oh my God, a schizophrenic with the voices in his head. And I want to really know what this guy thought and what his childhood was like, if that is even out there. And if it ain't, that's gonna suck. But that's what I think, folks, should have been done that day. Imagination and distractions should also be put in the law books. Not just what the law does and does by protocol and all this bullshit. Sometimes you gotta break the law to make the law work. I had to do it. I had to go above the law to get my son back. And who knows what that person would have did to my kid, as he was pretty much held hostage in a house. Couldn't call us, couldn't talk to us. And when they did, they answered the phone, And a year later, the woman ends up robbing banks for drugs. So, there's a lot of sick, demented people out there. Everybody's got to watch their back. It's bad out there, man, and I tell you, every day it gets worse. Every day this shit rolls through my mind, and every day my defense mode gets even stronger and stronger. I'm out here now, right? You're looking at things on a friggin' building. The hell are glasses hanging off a building with 2 shoes? Looks like swimming shoes. Looks like someone was in a swimming pool, had a swimming hole, got snatched up. Unbelievable. And it's things like this, man, that just makes your motor run in your brain. And it's massacres like this to sit there and try and understand why we ain't evolved from our mistakes. And we ain't evolved to bring in better equipment. Whether it be a friggin' RoboCop suit, steel huge plates that can withhold any type of bullet. These things, you know what? The lawmakers shouldn't be sitting at the house worrying how they're gonna get guns off the street. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Oh, where's my picture here? Where's my picture? I know I screenshot. Bear with me. You know what? Right there. See this? There's the gun the son of a bitch used. There's a gun right there. And as you look and stare at it, and continue to stare at it, that gun is just as dead as everybody in that friggin' building and the killer himself. And it just lays there until that person with the sick, demented, crazy, lunatic, schizophrenic, demonic, evil piece of shit that picks that up, puts their hands, wraps their fingers around that trigger, and boom. It's just dead piece of metal. And one of these lawmakers gonna wake up and stop trying to make the laws and intervening with these mass shooters, just like this other idiot father buying his kid a gun. I just got a thing that he might be getting charges for. My wife looked that up, and I hope the hell he does, because there's a perfect fact that son of a bitch let his kid pick up that piece, even though it was 1984. He still picked up that other killer's idea, that other killer's gun right there, and went off and did what he did, the same damn thing. That gun lay there dead until that next person picked it up. That's right, the next idiot. Right there lies dead just like everything else in that poor McDonald's restaurant. I hope one day I can get out there and head to this monument and pay my respects, because, man, what is going to be changed? When are we going to start making stuff to protect the officers that do go in there, and the people shouldn't have to worry about the next mass shooting asshole emerging from the depths of hell that they sit and plan and just drown in their mental health? When are we gonna make something better instead of trying to ban guns? You think about that. I'll tell you, man, every day a fucking mass shooting happens, makes me sick. Bear with me. Come on, Pug. Nope. Over here. Come on. Makes me sick. Jogger running by. Every day that happens. And it's getting worse, man. It is. Because they're not taking the time to make better routines or better ways of stopping mass shootings. Because you're never going to stop a mass shooter, and you're never going to ban guns. Because it's called the black market. It's called idiots that sign paperwork over to their kids, like this last shooter. You need to do something about the people, not the guns. Because it lay there just as long as that next person picked it up. But anyways, I'm not too happy with the police work that day. There should have been more imagination and distractions. Not just sit there and wait 77 minutes. But till that next video, be safe. take care and always beware. Keep your guard up, people. Keep your effing guard up. Because not only people each and every day are starting to twist their minds and say, ooh, well, he did that, I'll do that. Maybe I'll get away with it. We're always going to have some idiot emerging from the depths of hell to make this place a bad place to live. And that's just, man, puts me in high defense. But anyways, until our next video, give these people a final moment of silence. Sorry for the back noise. The background noise. But moment of silence anyways. Hopefully we'll do something better in life besides keep getting on the news that, oh, another mass shooting and lawmakers are trying to ban the guns. Instead of trying to ban the guns, really, can't say it enough. Can't say it enough. Make something to stop something. That's what you need to do. More imagination, more distractions. It's time to step up your A game, people, and use the brains. Because that piece of steel that sits right in front of your face is not going to move until the next killer moves it. Think about it. Out.